today. This is a future. We're about to get futuristic with y'all and go in depth.
Welcome to What's Wacky to Us as we discuss artificial intelligence, AI, chat GPT, and everything else that's out there right now. It's hot. That's the hot topic.
Oh, man. We're going to dive into it. Like, are you ready? Are you ready for what's going to happen in the future with AI? Because AI will be replacing a lot of things and a lot of jobs.
Definitely.
So
that's what the path is leading to.
So what do you think is the first job to go?
The first one? I don't know. I think there's too many to choose from, really, when you look at it. I mean, we're at the very beginning of what's to come. I mean, I use it for work, and it's been wonderful. Like, I love it. I love ChatGPT, and I have another app that I use, and it saves me time. It is mega helpful. I have to plan lots of events on a regular, and it just is. It's like having an intern. It is. It's like having an intern. I love it.
See, there you go. See, it's like having an intern. So, will it replace you one day? It could actually replace you. So, basically, they said, all right, 15 jobs. There's a few jobs that's going to be replaced by AI. The number one job, they said, and I'm quite sure everybody already see it, is customer service. Customer service, they said, will be replaced by AI. Administrative assistants will be replaced by AI, but I don't know about like the front desk. I don't know how they're gonna do that. How you do that?
I just don't think that would work because there's just too many variables to be.
That's what I'm saying.
In administration, period.
I can see phone stuff.
I definitely could see customer service if you have to resolve an issue, or if it's programmed to understand the human aspect of being angry at a lack of customer service, then yeah, it'll work. But again, right now we have, the bullshit prompt when you call some customer service, and everything is press 1, press 2. You wind up getting frustrated and you press 0 because you're trying to get a human being, because the prompt is not going to give you specifically what you need. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be speaking to someone who doesn't even speak your language, so it's not exactly helpful.
Can't you request, though, an English-speaking person?
I don't know. Can you?
That's what I've heard. I heard you can actually request that you get somebody that speaks English. That's what I've heard. I've never done it.
I didn't even know you could. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I just fight through it most of the time.
Exactly.
And just, till I get it done. But yeah, I heard you could actually ask for an English-speaking person. But let's talk about the cons of AI. Like now, some of the cons of AI is going to get in the wrong hands. And now with this voice duplicating thing, it could be really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
Because now we going into the dark world where people are using your voice. It may be a voice prompt to get into your account, or it may be a voice of your child saying something and
luring you somewhere
nefarious. Yeah. So it can get crazy.
Vice versa, it could be someone calling your kid and their kid thinks it's you. And you've got to start creating safe words and safe prompts. Even like, if this is really dad, what's the word that only you and me know, where no phone is listening or something.
That's true.
Someone's like, oh, it's dad, you gotta meet me at the library, and there's a van waiting for you.
That's what I'm talking about.
You gotta be like, okay, dad, what's the word for me to meet you at the library? Mom, what's the word for me to meet you at the library? Like that you have to start thinking in human terms that a machine is not necessarily going to understand. And unfortunately, you would have to do that kind of stuff where your phone is not in the same room.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like, all right, they duplicating Biggie and Tupac voice, putting them on the same track. So now when it comes down to the regular citizen, they're going to do the same thing. And like someone said, it's going to be like, hey, come outside, Jimmy. And it's going to be a van waiting for you. Throw Jimmy, you ain't going to never see him again.
Exactly.
See, that's the pitfalls of this whole AI takeover. And then other things like with robotics, a lot of stuff that they make you feel, see, when they introduce stuff, it makes it feel like it's helping you. Yeah, it helps you in the beginning, but at the end, it's here to replace you. Like with robots, they're saying the warehouse worker job is going to be obsolete in the future because robots will be loading and unloading trucks and handling all the in-house, the forklift jobs, putting the stuff on the shelves and picking the orders and stuff. Some of that is going on already. So you give it 10 years or less,
a warehouse job will become obsolete.
It will be obsolete. So.
And some states have drones doing your deliveries. Your little deliveries. If you have like a terrace, the drone will drop your package to you while you're on your terrace with facial recognition. So, I think I can't remember if it was Iceland, Denmark. It was one of those countries that, they were really going hard with the facial recognition. So people started making the black and white makeup when they would go outside, and it messed up the software because it couldn't. It couldn't decipher anything. They were think of Kiss in the 70s with the black and white makeup. But, they were doing it in all kinds of patterns, shapes with black and white, and it jacked up the facial recognition system.
That's crazy.
So, you're always going to have the human aspect of pushing back when you start to see that, like you said, it's introduced to you as something that's going to assist you and make your life better and easier. And right now, I can attest to that. It makes my life easier at work. I started off as an admin, a receptionist, the whole thing, way back when. Now, if you just need, a voice to answer the phone and transfer you, you could have that. But you're going to have vendors that call. You're going to have people looking for someone in a department. You're going to have people looking for questions that might not be able to be answered by a machine. I'm sure it's going to get to the point where it can.
That's what I'm saying. It's still going to be like... It's still going to be effective because even if it's going to be able to answer every question in the future. Trust me,
it's getting there now.
It's getting there now.
ChatGPT gets 60 million hits a day on a search on all search engines across the world. I think it's now at like something like 64 million times a day. So the interest, the curiosity, all of that is there. But again, is it to our detriment?
I feel so because it helps now.
Self-driving cars.
Yeah, like self-driving cars, trucks. Like, only thing with the trucks, like, if it's a straight truck, it probably will work. I don't know about on tight streets and stuff like that, but if it's a self-driving truck, it can actually work. If it's a straight truck. I don't know about the 18-wheelers because it's a lot of things going on there. Because, they trying to do it with electric and AI and self-driving. And then when you get to a dock, you got to back in. And it's just, and nothing's, no dock is the same. It's like too much. And those trucks are just like, it takes you time to like really figure them things out. And I don't see that happening in the future. Like time soon.
See AI being able to deal with a truck in a snowstorm.
Downhill, 80,000 pounds and stopping and braking.
And it's
I don't know.
One of those things where, the traffic is not going to move for 10 hours and whatnot.
Yeah. So you got, it's a lot of things going on there. But how are you? Our question today, honestly, it's a question topic. How are you prepared if you're in one of those fields? And do you ever think about, dang, AI could replace me in the future? How are you preparing? Are you going to redirect what your expertise is going to be or your career is going to be? What would you do?
It's going to replace the teacher, they say also, especially because there's
I can see that.
Kids with hybrid schooling now. You sit in front of a computer So why not have AI that's going to know everything?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see,
and you're going to get a sort of non-biased answer.
I don't know if it'll 100%, but like definitely, because this has gotten real big. Online courses. Mm-hmm. AI is going to run that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It will replace the teacher, online, the professor, the whole thing.
Online AI is going to run that 100%. Because all you're going to do is ask a question. When you're online doing classes, you ask a question. AI is going to be able to answer that question.
It'll tell you what to study.
Yeah.
The best way to study.
Yeah.
The best things to study.
Only thing AI, one thing AI, and that's why you got to go back to what the country was built on. Using your hands and everything. See, AI ain't going to replace the plumber. All of that robots and stuff ain't going to replace doing the electric in your house, building a house. You got to go back to vocational skills.
Building house now. They do. They have robots building houses now.
I don't know about it. It's not replacing the man. That's not going to happen because there's too much stuff going on in the inside of a house that it just ain't going to happen. Robot ain't going to be building your basement, being down there. Then you got to get it out the house. Like, I don't see it. I seen a lot of things, but I didn't see that one. I don't know. You said. I don't know. You seen it. I never seen a robot building a house. I know they can build the materials, like prefabricated houses and stuff, but actually, it's too much. It's too much building. They're doing cement work and all that. Nah. And that's why they pushing vocational skills now. They even said AI has replaced the IT worker. It's like they don't need. It's like so fast now. It's like they don't need the IT. They say IT is another job that's going. Coding is going. AI will be doing the coding.
I think
coding just came and it's gone.
I think
that's crazy. It just came and it's gone. Like because the AI. So.
You still need an IT person to be in the server room.
They said IT is out of here. They it's going to fix itself. It's like they said IT jobs are going to be out of here. That was one of the 15 jobs because I was looking at a list of jobs and that was one of them. They said nah. They already we thinking right now I can't do this and that. They're already thinking past that the brain and stuff like that. That's why I always say, man. We're gonna redirect,
learn it, see how you can benefit from it.
Scientists, to me, evil people of the world are scientists.
Yes.
A lot of they created all the destruction, everything. They created the atomic bomb. They create nuclear weapons. They create them and plastic surgeons. They have. It's they don't care. But I think scientists are more they want to see what it do, and then it get in. I think their scientific discoveries always get in. It's just like television. It get into the wrong hands, and then people use it for other things. They probably using nuclear energy. Nuclear energy, you have nuclear energy, then you have nuclear weapons. That's hand in hand. Oh, I'm building this nuclear energy to power these cities. Mm-hmm. Then they get in the wrong hands. No, we're going to blow up the city. You know what I'm saying?
That's human nature. Good versus evil.
And then, I think, plastic surgeons, man, they just all about money because this is going off of the AI subject, but how they are willing to mutilate people and stuff like that for money, for pay, I just think, I'm not even going to talk a lot about that, but I just think it's
replace the doctor then because they will, what will happen then? AI will be able to do an X-ray, a surgery, an X-ray, a diagnosis, a blood test, the whole thing.
The surgeons is already happening because think about it. A surgeon job is built on the steadiness of his hands.
No, I know.
AI is already doing that with a laser.
Exactly.
It's
going to be laser-like precision.
You ain't going to lose no blood.
It's going to be laser-like precision.
And that's the crazy part. So look at all of these things the AI is going to be replacing.
And there will always be that little market for the people who are anti-technology. So you're always going to have that one small populace that will be like, I'm only going to a human doctor.
Like
I'm only going to talk to a human.
Out
I'm only,
at the grocery store. Oh yeah, cashier's out of here.
I am not gonna, there's gonna always be that rebellious sect that doesn't follow the technological advancements.
But do you think that sect is like our age group? Because you always remember.
It depends.
Remember, what they doing now. How the world is being created is not for us.
And that's the truth. But it still depends. There's always going to be a rebel. There's always going to be the antithesis of, I'm not doing what the collective does. There's always going to be that.
Because what's going on now, man, the crazy thing about man creates everything. But then we make everything worth more than man. How can we create stuff that's worth more than us? That doesn't even make sense. We create our own downfall, all the time.
Human nature.
That's crazy.
That's
we
why they
create
say
these things.
Humans are destined to destroy themselves.
Why would you even make this type of stuff that's going to destroy? Because
it's in our inherent.
That's just crazy.
Nature to be self-destructive. We constantly create things that harm us. Constantly. Whether it be having an alcoholic beverage all the way down to smoking a cigarette, drugs. There's always something.
I gotta put it. Who you think indulge most in self-destruction out of every country? You think it's the United States? Is the most we indulge the most in self-destruction?
That's too subjective. I think it's like Israel and what you call it in Palestine.
In Palestine?
In Israel. All they do is freaking war for day and a half every single freaking day. They don't even know
peace.
Ever.
They don't even know peace.
For generations.
That's craziness. You're born into a war zone. In war.
Yes.
You just born boom, boom, boom.
I think they are the most destructive. And I think that between them and we're self-destructive as a country. We are usually at the helm of creating war.
Self-destructive.
We're usually at the freaking helm of starting a war somewhere. That's just destructive, period. We have that age-old BS of, we must go help the people in this poor country. And meanwhile, it's actually the destabilization of the country under the guise of help. And then we jack everything up and then come back in and say, we're going to fix it.
We create the chaos and then come in and try to be the savior of the chaos. Try to fix the chaos
that we created.
And then people be like, oh, thank you for saving us.
But that old, that's played out now. Mad countries are on to that.
The jig is up.
The jig has been up for quite some time. But, the U.S. doesn't stray from their... they have a very high success rate with that method, but, on the other hand, will AI also then start fighting the wars? Because now you're going to have, there you go.
Robots
you're going to have people behind.
That's definitely coming. That's already here.
And,
it's already drone attacks. Been
exactly.
The last 8 to 10 years.
So you're going to have the soldier become obsolete. What happens when you don't need...
Only reason the soldier will never... You may have, the infantryman... You always gonna have to have boots on the ground because you got to do reconnaissance. You got to go in there. You got to find stuff. You got to grab you. It's
why can't some high tech nanotech drone do that? Why can't nanotech do that? Where you can't even see what's being spied. You can't even see what's there.
It's a different. I think it's more of a bravado type thing, and plus. We killed a lot of your people. Nobody want to be like, yo, we killed 1,800 drones and stuff. People want blood. It's the man's nature to want blood.
But the thing is that it's been to, spare the blood and not spill it.
Well, you're probably going to have to go more towards the robot thing anyway, because the numbers of people signing up for militaries these days
is next to none.
In U.S.
It's low.
China, you have to do a year mandatory.
Israel, 18. It's mandatory 2 years.
And so U.S. better. I don't know. U.S. better do something.
The U.S. is on path to be weak anyway.
Oh, we won't be this. I always say in the next 50 to 100 years, we won't be the superpower anymore.
I think it'll be less than that at the rate we're going.
We won't be the superpower. But U.S. always prevail. They're very crafty, and there is a transfer of wealth going on. And if you don't think that's what's going on with the whole electric push and all this stuff, you are under a rock somewhere, because I already know this play what's going on. If they get everybody on board, once we get off, you will actually weaken the whole Middle East once you get off that oil. That's what they're doing. They transfer. See, every time it's got to be a transfer. We had the industrial age, then that went away, or so now then you got the tech age. We're transferring. The wealth transfer is in progress. Once we get off of fossil fuel, you know how much oil going to cost? It's going to be like nothing. Then they're going to go over there. They're going to be like, yo, that's why Dubai is building all this stuff up. Hey, come. We're great over here. This is a nice build. They didn't ever care about that stuff before. It was like they just had their money. We had the rich sheiks and all this and that. They got to build up
the tourism industry for what's to come also.
That's what I'm saying. It's for what's to come. Because if people buy in and this thing be successful with all this electric stuff, the fossil fuel industry is done.
It's inevitable. Because they're going to force everyone into electric stoves and everything. They're going to force you into it. And now...
So what happens to the Middle East?
Well, they're going to, like you said, it's going to be a transfer of wealth. That is what's happening. Just like, that's evident. That's what's happening. When we was in the house with COVID, see, everything's a test, man. Don't believe all this crap. Oh, it's a pandemic, and people died. They made the pandemic, and people died, and all this and that. But a lot of this stuff is the government is trying to see how much they can control us. A lot of it, it's a lot of sheep out here. They tell you what to do, you do it. And they're trying to see, even with the whole transgender thing and everything, if you fall for that, they're really testing you to see, like, if we can make them believe this is normal, we can make the people believe anything. See, that's the bigger picture of this whole thing. It's not so much, they're not on, listen, alphabet community. The government is not on your side. They're really not. They're playing you like a fiddle. They're using this to see, because this is so extreme. Do you ever see these people talk and the mental illnesses they have, and ever since they've been relying on this stuff? If they pull this off and we start being like, this is normal, there is no gender after all, and this is scientific. This is not even what they're going against. Is like fact, chromosomes, everything. Freaking common sense.
It's like facts. Like, so, and then they're going to make you believe, like, this is that. And once you believe it, they're like, oh, it's nothing we can't pull off on the people. It's over. It's going to be over for humanity. The government going to be all in your business. Oh, we can take your child. You don't let them identify as who he are, or who she, they, them, whoever the hell they are. We can come in and step in. Come on, man.
I don't know. The pushback is growing stronger and stronger. Louisiana and Kentucky and I think Alabama, of all places, 3 of the most backwards ass states, have all made it now. You have to be 18 to go under gender affirming care. So that's only going to continue to grow as well. And I find nothing wrong with having to wait until you're 18 years of age before you decide to get involved in self-mutilation and changing your gender completely. That's irreversible. So if you can't drive, if you can't freaking buy alcohol, a lottery ticket, you can't, but you could cut off your breasts, you can cut off your penis.
This is crazy.
And say, I'm a girl, I'm a boy, and there's just, your parents comply.
I'm just going to say this. If you don't know what it feels like to get kicked in the balls, you are not a man. If you don't know what it is to have a period, you are not a woman. That's it. That's science. That is it.
Well,
it's nothing else to that.
Some people don't have a period. Some women don't. But if you don't have a uterus,
you listen.
You are not a woman.
Listen, if you a stud and you can get pregnant, ain't nothing medically wrong with you, and you can get a nigga can just run up on you and hit it, and you can get pregnant. You are a woman. I don't care.
You are of the female persuasion.
Exactly. And the same thing for the guy. If you can get a stud pregnant and you call yourself a tranny, you are a man. All right. Okay. That's the end of the discussion.
And that's that.
Let's go into wacky news.
Because speaking of the transfer of wealth, who's going to get all that money from those lost millionaires and billionaires that went down with the Titanic?
That was at the Blink-182 concert that Cardi B was mad at.
Son who's on social media trying to drum up his own 15 minutes that nobody wants to see.
No, that was Cardi B started it with him.
Well, she wasn't wrong. I get that she was.
But he was just minding his business at the Blink-182.
You know, don't get on the video talking about, oh, no one cares about my mom having to take care of 2 kids. He sounded like he was 16 and he's like 30-something years old. He's like, you don't care about my mom and having to take care of 2 kids.
His father anyway.
Yeah, of course he didn't. That's why he was at a Blink-182 concert, and that's why he was up on OnlyFans promoting OnlyFans. That girl,
talking about she's my best friend. She does OnlyFans. Yeah, he was a loser.
No, he don't care about that dude dying one bit. He don't care one damn bit. And like they said, they wanted the Titanic experience, and they got it.
Now people are gonna go down and see them.
Now exactly, and be like, "There's the debris from the dead billionaires."
Did you see how tight that thing was in this? I'm not paying $250.
Did you see the controller? The controller.
Yeah, come on, man. It had like
me and you was about to be in here playing some weed.
That wasn't even a good controller.
It wasn't. It was a damn controller. Period.
And I'm like, man, this thing was
it was
all
like
bad.
They imploded, which is also horrific for that little thing. But I mean, you know, you saw TMZ had the disclaimer. You know, the what do you call it? They had the sign or whatever, and you know. That shit was like, listen, you gonna probably die on this expedition.
Yeah, that thing said died plenty of times in the contract.
Even past that, they had TMZ is gonna get a hand of. It was just like, why on earth would you spend that kind of money for that? And it's like they said, well, the dude from The Simpsons went and all this, and he was fine and yada yada. I was like, the dude from The Simpsons be time traveling, so they be knowing when to do the right thing and what's the right time to go. But anywho, the other crazy and wacky news, even though we a little behind with it, was. See, I didn't even know Suki Hana was an actual porn star. I didn't know.
She was a porn.
I thought she was just
a porn star.
Well, that's what I saw on everything.
I don't think she a porn star.
They said she was a porn star.
I don't know. I just know she a greasy chick.
She is mad greasy.
I don't know why she be looking so. I don't know why she looks so greasy like that.
It's like the other homie who's always shiny and greasy.
Oh no! Oh, that's what's her name? Summer Walker. She another
shiny, be greasy.
I don't know. Like it's like
they be greasy. Like they just be
like shining greasy. Like they've been running.
But that whole scandal with the YK Osiris, I didn't know who either of these fools were until all the drama started hitting the blogs and everything. And I thought that Suki Hana was just one of them trash rappers, like you said, like Sexy Red.
Trash rapper.
Well, I thought that's just all she was when I saw her. Then everybody was like, no, she's a whore. She's she's that. She's a porn star. And, you know, everybody condemned YK Osiris to damn near, you know, oblivion. And then the other portion of the video came out. And she was talking mad crazy to the dude. And she's like, what, 8 years his senior or something. And the whole thing was just so scandalous. He's 24.
First of all,
and you talking mad sleazy and like, greasy to this boy.
2 weeks ago talking about how she wanted to do the pee on, she all with the dude peeing on her. Jesus. Like, I like that. I'm with all that. And this and this, that, and the third. So if you portray yourself to be this disgusting person, as Candace Owens would say, disgusting person, then I don't know. This world is crazy because then it's like you don't act like a lady, but you want to be treated like a lady. Yes, it is your right. He didn't have the right to touch you and do all of that. But if you act a certain way, it may provoke people and give out the wrong signals. Like, hey,
you can't tell this boy you're going to turn him out and say all this other stuff like you can't handle me. And then when he takes you up on the challenge, then it's like, oh, nah. Nah. I'm not for, no, don't come with the bullshit. No, I'm not for, yes, you could just talk to, grab up, yank up, be all up on a woman and touch her, grab her, squeeze her, kiss her. No, I'm not saying that. No one has a right to touch you in your personal space, all of that without your consent. That much is evident and obvious. Let's get the common sense portion out of the way.
Exactly.
But just like you said, you portray yourself on all fours with a leash around your neck, with your tongue out, and being yoked up by, what's his name, with the big teeth? What's his name?
Young boy?
No, the other one.
That's the dude.
No, that's the
MLE
other one.
Chopper.
Yeah, He got the big teeth. Yeah.
I don't know. I ain't never look at his teeth.
He got the big teeth. Him, you all yoked up that way. Like you said, you're talking about getting peed on. You love it. You're talking about you turn this boy out. And like I said, when he took you up on the challenge, the challenge.
3 or 4 kids.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Imagine if that was your mother. I'd say the same thing about Cardi B. Imagine if that was your mother. I'd be so upset and hurt. I would be embarrassed, the whole 9. But yeah, that whole thing, we could probably do a whole show on that because there's so many variables there with that. You like you said, you want to be treated like a lady, but you want to be
treated, act like a lady.
Yeah.
Don't do that. What you doing? And then, we're gonna get off that. We're gonna get up out of here.
No more wacky news. We had a bunch of stuff going on this last couple of weeks.
We're gonna let them. We're gonna do another episode. We'll get more in depth with wacky news.
I'm just saying.
We gave them the wacky news.
Listen, folks, peoples, start studying AI. See what you could do in the world of artificial intelligence. You might have to.
AI coming for your job.
Yeah, you might have to. You might have to reinvent yourself, and that's something to really think about. So let us know what you think. Hit us up on What's Wacky to Us on Facebook. What's Wacky to Us on what you call it?
Yeah, on that. What you call
No, the email. I meant to say What's Wacky to Us at gmail.com.
Oh, all right.
What's Wacky to Us at Gmail.
All right.
We love y'all and thanks for joining us.